Morning everyone, it's Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. Today is Monday the 30th of August, 2021. I am going to title this video Unmotivated because that's how I'm feeling. I just seem to, not feel like doing anything. And I know that this happens occasionally, but it seems to be affecting me more so this time than it has in the past. So I do have a finish and a fully finished item to share with you. I do have 2 new starts to share with you. I have a paper crafting project that I'm going to share with you. But I really don't feel motivated, and when I have been crafting, it's been like every 3rd or 4th day, and just I'm not motivated. I'm just not motivated. So the first thing that I want to address is the giveaway winners from my last video, and that last video was about 4 weeks ago. I got to go over 2 weeks ago to my friend Lori's house in Sisters, Oregon. So I didn't do a video that Monday because I left that Monday to go over there, and I didn't come back until Wednesday, and then there was work and life and all that kind of fun stuff. But anyway, the video before that, I was doing a giveaway for 4 project bags that Janine from Acorns and Threads had given to me to use for giveaways. And when I didn't record to go over to Lori's house, I did put a message up on my channel, but I don't know how you guys see the messages that people put out. It got 4 likes, it had 3 comments on it, so I know some people are seeing it. So after the fact, I went back and I'm trying to figure out where, when people put up a message on their channel, where does it show up for the viewers? So if you saw it, where did you see it? I'm just curious to find out how effective putting messages up on my channel will be. I usually watch my Flosstube on my television in the living room, and as far as I know, I have never seen any messages on anyone's channel show up there. And I was looking on my laptop, and I don't really see messages show up on my laptop. The only place I've seen them show up is on my cell phone, on my YouTube app, when I'm looking at my subscriptions and I'm scrolling through it trying to figure out what I'm going to watch next. So if you saw the message that I put up 2 weeks ago, could you please drop a comment down below and tell me where you saw it, because I'm trying to figure out how effective putting messages on my channel are. But anyway, on that message, I listed the names of the 4 ladies who had won the 4 project bags. I also went back and commented on their original comments, and so far I have only heard from one of them, and that was from Leah. She won the green bag. So I got that sent out to her last week because I was being lazy. Lazy and unmotivated. It's a thing right now. So the other 3, the pink bag is Viv's Crafts. The blue bag goes to Sharon Littlefield, and the gray bag, and my mistake on that, I didn't specify whether it was G-R-A-Y or G-Y-E-Y, G-R-E-Y, whatever. I looked for both, but the gray bag goes to Jacqueline Liebfried. So ladies, my email address will be down below. You can also reach out to me through Instagram. I am StitchyWitch42 there also. Please get in touch with me so I can get your address and get these sent out. Okay. So 2 weeks ago, I went over to my friend's house, Lori. She is Lori McCleary. She is textilist on YouTube and on Flosstube and on Instagram. And we had a crafting couple of days visit. We did paper crafts and we had so much fun. I had so much fun. I think she did too. But she gave me a stack of dried tea bags. She drinks a lot of iced tea and she's been saving the tea bags, and she gave me a stack of those. So I used them on the bookmarkers that I made for September, and those are ready to be mailed out. Today's the 30th. I can't mail them out until Wednesday because Wednesday will be September 1st. It's my little mind game. If I'm sending out bookmarkers for September, they have to be mailed within September. So anyway, I used some of the tea bags on the new bookmarkers, and it was kind of fun because I could put a design on the manila piece behind it and then put the bookmarker over it, and it gave it texture, but you could still see the design underneath it. So I've posted a picture of all of those on my Instagram if you want to go take a look at that. They're just a lot of fun to make. When I sit down to do them, I have no idea what I'm going to come up with. I just start playing, and I think that's one of the things that I really like about the paper crafting is there's no pattern to follow. There's only my imagination. So I had a lot of fun doing that. While I was over there, we went over to a scrapbooking store in Bend, and wow, it was fantastic. There was so many different types of crafting paper there. There was rice paper there, which I've never worked with before. I bought a couple sheets of that, so I can't wait to play with that. I bought some new inks. I bought all sorts of good stuff, and I've been playing with it. And a lot of the papers that I bought had a steampunk theme to them, which I've always liked, but I'm not over-the-top steampunk. Is there such a thing as over-the-top steampunk? I don't know. My kitchen kind of has a steampunk theme, and there's more stuff that I would like to do in here to enhance that visual effect. We'll get there eventually. But I came home, and one of the things that I've been working on these past couple of weeks is a journal that I made a while back. I made this journal from 3 manila folders. The first one is the cover, and then I used 2 others to make the signatures inside. And this is covered with paper, and then I sewed it on, and it almost has a leather-like look to it now, which I really, really like. But playing with these papers, I've been doing stuff like this. I've got a little notepad under here that ties shut. I've got pockets with other files inside of them that have more paper for journaling. I have tags that have pockets and belly bands on them. I have this page that has pockets, and every one of them has something extra on them. I made another little book out of paper and glue. And in this, I've got pockets, more pockets. I've got things paper clipped to it. I have little gears hanging off of it. And I'm still not done playing with this thing. I've just been having fun, and this is where, when I have felt like crafting these last couple of weeks, this is what I've wanted to play with. I keep looking at all my cross stitch and it's like, no. I took my Alphonse Mucha over with me to Lori's house. I think I put 20 stitches in it, and I haven't touched it since. I'm not motivated. And I've just decided, just go with it. If not being motivated to stitch right now is where I'm at, I'm not going to sweat it out. I'm just going to go, all right. If I want to play with my journals, I'm going to play with my journals. If I want to read, I'm going to read. Because eventually I'm going to get back into cross stitching. It'll be fine. But I do have a finish, and I do have a fully finish, and I do have 2 new starts. So there has been some stitching. The finish is this one. This is Hello from Liz Matthews, How Sweet It Is. This is a pattern that I borrowed from Anna, Stitch Roadies. And I want you to look at how it's framed. The words are over here, there's space above and to the side, so that it really emphasizes on this type of finish the words. How sweet it is to be loved by you. So I had a piece of white Lugana, and I measured it to make sure that it was big enough. Well, apparently when I measured it to make sure if it was big enough, I only made sure that it was big enough for the words. Because, you know, sometimes the brain doesn't fully engage. So I had this piece of fabric, and I started the bottom of it, and as you can see, I have about 2.5 inches at the bottom, and I have a nice amount of space over here on the side. When I flipped the pattern over so that I could do the top half of the pattern, I sat there and I looked at my fabric and I thought, oh no, I might not have enough. That moment of panic, I might not have enough. But I did, barely. Because up here at the top, I only have about 1 inch from the top of the leather to the top of the fabric. So tomorrow or Thursday, whichever works, I'm going to take this to my local frame shop and I'm going to ask Molly what we can do. If there's not enough fabric for her to work with for framing it, then I will take it up to Acorns and Threads and have Jolyn make it into a soft finish. Because I didn't do my math right. But that's okay. It just means that my piece is going to be unique to me. So, speaking of Anna, I'm going to go up and see her tomorrow. I got myself a new wool kit, a pumpkin table mat. And the package comes with all the wool, everything is the pieces, the sizes are cut for you. I have to put them together. And the only other wool thing I did was that little strawberry fob that Anna helped me with, so she's going to help me again, show me how to do something like this. Because maybe this can get me motivated. I don't know. I'm telling you, I look at the stuff I have and I don't want to stitch anything that I'm working on. I don't want to, well, I have started 2 new things. Neither one of those helped get me motivated. I've done a little bit of work on both of them. I'm just feeling unmotivated. It happens. I will get over it. I picked up my fully finished piece from Silverton Art and Frame the other night. Mark and I went out to dinner, and as we were driving past Silverton Art and Frame, it dawned on me I had a piece to pick up. So we drove back around. I stopped at the frame shop. I ran in there and I grabbed my Blackbird Designs Octopus's Garden, and I think she did a fantastic job on this. The frame I picked out is very rustic looking wood. I told her I wanted it framed up tight. Normally something this size is something that I could frame myself. Did I tell you I haven't been feeling motivated? I haven't. But anyway, Molly did a fantastic job framing this for me. I love it. I did have glass put on it because my plan is that this is going to go in my living room. My house, the original part of my house was built in 1923. We do not have any forced air. We do not have any filtration system in our house, and we heat it with a pellet stove. My house is a magnet for dust and cobwebs. So anything that I stitch that I know I'm going to have in my living room gets glass just to protect it. And this is going to go in there next to my Eleanor Rigby. All right. So I have 2 new starts. I got some happy mail from Audrey. You know, growing up, I didn't know any other Audreys. It wasn't until I was in 9th grade, my freshman year, that I met another Audrey. And then after that, it wasn't until I was adult and I had started working at the grocery store was the next time that I met somebody named Audrey. There have been very, very few of us that I've met. But she sent me a magazine. This is issue 103, September 1999 of Needlecraft. And there's some really cute stuff in here. And I was going through and I was looking at it and I came across a sampler. I know, me with the sampler, right? I'm going to stitch part of the sampler. I'm not stitching all the sampler. But it's a Green Man sampler. And I thought this was absolutely beautiful. And when I turned the next page, they showed just the Green Man here. And there I was. I was hooked with that. So I decided that I was going to go ahead and I was going to stitch this Green Man. You know how cross-stitching changes. It has evolved over the years. I've been stitching for almost 42 years now. And when I started, it seemed like everything had a lot of backstitch in it. Everything was dimensions kits, at least for me it was. Every once in a while I would come across a pattern in a Better Homes or Garden magazine. And, you know, so those patterns had a lot of blended threads in them. It seems like in the 1990s, the big thing was designs that had quarter stitches in it. And oh my gosh, does this thing have the quarter stitches in it. Since I'm only doing the Green Man, I think I'm only going to be using 3 or 4 different colors. But this is what I've got going on him so far. And this is on a 32 count fabric. I don't remember what it is. I wrote it down in my journal. But this is looking really fantastic. But it has quarter stitches. And quarter stitches, and quarter stitches, and quarter stitches. And then there's quarter stitches. And when I get it all done, it'll have a lot of back stitching in it too. I think it's going to look really, really nice when I get it done. I need to find another one of those round paper mache boxes. I went down to the Dollar Tree that we have here in town to see if I could find another one there. They didn't have it, but there's a couple more Dollar Trees that are close to me, so I'm going to go check them out and see if I can find one of the little round paper mache boxes to use for finishing that. So that was a new start. Thank you, Audrey, for sending that to me. She sent me another fantastic postcard from Ireland. Absolutely loved that. And then there was this beautiful card in here, blue and white. Love that too. And she sent me some of my favorite color of floss, DMC 796. I'm matchy-matchy today. I'm wearing my 796 shirt. I just realized that. Anyway. Thank you for the magazine. I will work on it some more when I'm feeling motivated to do it. But I'm telling you right now, I'm just not. And my other new start, a lady actually reached out to me through Instagram. Her name is, I want to say Lior or Lior, Lior, and I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name, but she is Stitch It Picasso on Etsy. Stitch It Picasso on Instagram, that's her name right there, Lior Zochovisky. She asked me if I would do a test stitch on one of her patterns and go to her Etsy and pick one out. And I found this one and I just fell in love with it. And I thought how sweet it would be to have this one finished and this one sitting next to it on my mantle. It just seemed perfect to me. So I started working on this. This pattern is 6 colors, I think. And I decided that I was going to stitch it on a black Aida because I thought the black background would look very nice and contrast against the how sweet it is. When I stitch on black, I prefer to stitch on Aida because I find it a heck of a lot easier to stitch on. And I think this is a 16 count black Aida. But this is where I am at. I'm doing color completion on this. I'm using the 414 gray and I'm doing all of that. This is the bottom of the second page. This is the bottom of the first page, and then there's a little bit down here, and then I'll start filling in with the other colors so that I will have my 2 skeletons kissing. Kind of like Mark and me. But anyway, I think those 2 pieces are just going to go very well together. It is very much me, and I thank her for reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity to do this. I've posted a couple pictures on Instagram of where I'm at with it so far. I just need to get working on it as soon as I get some motivation back. So, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I've got to share today. It's a much shorter video than I usually do. I'm just not motivated. I don't know why. I'm just not. I'm not. I will get past it. We'll see what happens. So anyway, if Viv's Crafts, Sharon Littlefield, and Jacqueline Liebfried will all get in touch with me, I would love to get those project bags sent out to you. I'm not going to do a giveaway this time because, like I said, I'm waiting to hear from those ladies. I'm still waiting to hear from the woman who had won the pattern. I'm not mentioning her name this time. If I don't hear from her, I'll put it back in my stash and come up with something else for a giveaway on my next video. So until then, live long and stitch on, my friends. I'll see you later. Bye.